What's going on?
Jimmy, you looking good with that hair, bro.
My daughter does this, man. She cuts hair for a living.
She did a good job.
So my daughter's gonna kill me. So my son went in before I did, and she cuts the family hair for free. You know, I give her a little tip money.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
But she thought she cut his hair too short, and she's such a perfectionist that it just bugged her.
Yeah.
It just bugged her. So I'm sitting on the chair next, and me and my daughter are a lot alike. We jab back and forth, laugh, have fun. You know.
Yeah.
She cut my hair, and she goes, "What do you think?" I said, "It's a little short." And she was like, "Are you freaking kidding me?" So I said, "Honey, I'm just joking, man. It looks great. I love it." So then she also works at Starbucks too. So Josh, my son, and I went to go have coffee, while she's working. And her floor lead, came and said, "I heard Elise cut your hair. And Elise is working, right?"
Mm-hmm.
I go, "That's why I'm wearing a damn hat."
Dang, put it on blast like that.
Oh, dude, she gave me the biggest go to hell look. Like, "Oh my God," I go, "Honey, I'm just joking. And she's like, I know what she's saying, you son of a bitch," you know? But no, she does a great job.
Yeah.
She does a great job. And, what I like about her, what I like about both my kids, man, they're just hard workers, you know?
Yeah.
And when they do something, they don't do it shitty.
Right.
You know, they're all in. So I'm very proud of them for that and what they've done. But I still got to tease them.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. You got to keep them on their toes somehow, shape, or form. You know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You got to keep them dancing, baby. So I went and saw my parents.
Okay.
And my dad turns 88. My mom's going to turn 87. And, Dad's bedbound, but he's still doing good up here, and Mom the same way. And Mom's pretty active still. But, you sit there and you look at them, and you don't see them as 88 and 86. Mm-hmm. I see them in their 30s and 40s, right?
Yeah.
When Mom would say James Michael, and I knew I was in freaking trouble.
Mm-hmm.
And when you see them at that, you just feel, your heart kind of stops a little bit. Mm-hmm. Because they want to be 60 again.
Right.
Right? And they're starting to find out their limitations.
Yeah.
But out of all my close buddies that I've had for 50 years, right? Mm. My mom and dad are the last ones. Mm. Out of all my boys' parents. So I actually took my friend Ben, who I work for at Indigo, and our buddy Bubba, who he was with us from elementary, and so they went and saw my dad, and my dad was, man, he just lit up.
Awesome.
He hasn't seen them since I got married, which was a long time ago. And then they went and saw my mom, and they laughed. It was so cool. It was laughter.
Yeah.
And so one of the helpers came in at his nursing home and said, "So, Jimmy, do you need, whatever?" And my buddy Ben goes, "Coach, Jimmy's your first name?" Ben has known my dad and his older brother was a manager for my dad's basketball team. So he has known my dad for 40 years and never knew his first name. All he knew was Coach Oliver.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so it was good to go see him, and I get lost in my own time, and I know I need to get there more, but it was a good trip, and it was fun.
Yeah.
Everybody got to see each other. So you're working your job.
Yeah, I got a
happy.
new job. Yeah, I was telling Hannah, it's one of those deals where it's like, I've worked for a bunch of different companies, started my own companies, and there hasn't been one that has felt more like home than this one, which is funny because it's called MyHome. That's the name of the company. And so I was telling my boss that.
Are they giving you Kool-Aid?
No. It's just awesome because I get to do what I want to do at a scale that I want to do it.
Right.
Exactly. So
and the thing about that, though, is that you may not have been ready a year ago.
Right. Yeah. In fact, I told you here before this, like if you'd have asked me a year ago, if I would have taken the position that I'm in now, I would have told you point Point blank, no.
No way.
Yeah, because I was in the full-on entrepreneur suit, right? And there was no way that I was gonna let anybody buy me. Yeah, no. But the crazy thing is the timing of it all, right? You know, you were talking about it earlier. Growing family, everything's new.
Right.
Like everything.
I could tell you're going to take
Isn't
the
it?
job when you first started talking about it.
Yeah.
You tried to push away like, well, you know, if they don't meet my demands, Jimmy, then I'll just have to tell them no, and I'll keep doing my thing because it's all about me and the entrepreneurship that I want to do. And I knew, man, when the second time, and I don't even remember when you were walking out because you had to make a decision the next week. I said, you're going to take the job.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, here comes the front again. Yeah. I don't know, Jimmy. I got to make my own decision. Talk to Hannah about it.
I don't know if it was quite there.
It really was. And that's good, man. I'm happy for you.
Yeah, thank you.
I really am because I think you help so many people with Stature Ventures, right? Mm-hmm. But now you get to expand it in a whole nother world. And now you're going to have more tools to help more people.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's incredible. Some of the technology that's at my fingertips, literally, that I can literally help agents,
it's a win-win.
lenders, anybody in the real estate realm, like scale their brand
right
at a way bigger rate than what I was doing. So
see, that's just awesome, man. Because I think you help more people. And from what I learned about your company, they seem like pretty good straight shooters.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm going to use them.
Yeah.
You know?
It'll be fun. It'll definitely be fun to learn some of the new systems that they have. You know, some of the new tech that they're operating in. I don't know fully. But there's a lot of the tech too that I do know, and that's part of the reason why they brought me on is because I know
Not
it.
for your studying good looks?
Unfortunately not.
You know what it was? Thank God he didn't wear the Oklahoma sweatshirt.
Hey, calm down. Take that. Get that. We're gonna blur that. This last edit, I'm gonna blur that. So
it's gonna be
can
neon,
see.
brother. It's gonna come out. Like my chest is plumping. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. So what are we getting into today?
Let's talk about the housing market.
Okay.
And interest rates first, right?
Okay.
So you and I were talking earlier, and we're I think at like 6.37 or 6.5 on Friday, right?
Yeah.
And that's the national average. So there's so many things that can lower or
Different programs and all that.
raise that.
Yeah.
But still, we were expecting to be in the low fives by now before this Iran thing hit, right? But I did read good news too, that actual like single family home construction, it's staying pretty steady, even with all the ups and downs. The problem is buyers, right? But what do we do then? We offer ARMs, adjustable rate mortgages.
Yeah.
And the reason, and remember, they used to be scary, right?
Yeah,
I mean, they would jump.
Because it'd be so variable.
You're right.
And high swings.
Yes.
We're not talking like just here and there, a little bit here and there. I mean, we're talking like 2, 3, 4% swings.
Right.
You know? So, yeah.
And now they've kind of controlled that better. And you can get a 3-year ARM and maybe the max you get is 2 points, right?
Yeah.
And people think that's automatically 2 points, but it's not.
Right.
What it is, it's 2% over the 2% maximum over the life of that loan. So if we're into a 3-year ARM, let's say the first year goes up half a point, right? Then maybe an eighth a point, or it goes down. But the great thing about an ARM, it may help people get back into homes.
Yeah.
And then if the rates start really coming down, then we just refi them into a conventional or FHA loan.
Right.
And get them on their way. So there's still a lot of tools out there. And I don't want people to be discouraged about the rate because we got to talk about the rate.
Yeah.
And we got to talk about your situation.
Well, and things are going to change too. Like economy's going to shift. There's going to be new programs that roll out, you know, different things to compensate for all the chaos that's been going on. Like if you look at any major shift in the economy, there's always been something to supplement what's happened. And
Exactly.
so to your point of not getting scared of the rate, there's bound to be something. If you need a house, jump in.
Right.
And then know that there's going to be something to help later down the road. Or who knows, maybe the economy shifts right back to where it needs to be, right? And then things are, in the force, again, where everybody wants them to be.
See, I think we're in flux for the next couple of months because we did hear that there may be a resolution to the Iran-U.S. war, okay? That's going to help. We don't know how long it will take for those rates to go down.
Right.
And the 10-year bond is in inverse right now.
Right.
So it's all screwed up.
Yeah. So it's starting to head its way down too, or up.
It went up because, it's been inverted before. That's what causes the chaos. Because as we talked about before, the interest rates follow the 10-year bond, right? Up or down.
So if it's going up, rates
go up.
Right. If it's going down, rates go down.
But the bond market is all jacked up right now. It's not really consistent. So we'll have to wait on that. And then we're getting a new Fed chairman.
Right.
I think July.
Yeah.
We don't know what he's going to do.
Right.
Everybody thinks since he's a Trumper that he's just going to lower rates automatically. No. And the reason I say that is because he'll listen to Trump, but he also knows that his hands are all over this economy. And this economy is fragile right now because at the back of people's mind is inflation. Some people have predicted 6%, which is big.
Well, and what's interesting, you bring that up, is, I think everybody wants rates to lower.
Right.
But I think inevitably what's going to happen is it's not going to be the rate at all. It's going to be other things that get adjusted to make it affordable for the average home buyer to be able to get into whatever it is.
And like one of our lenders, a big lender, they offer a 1-year buy down of 1%. And man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because now you got that, and it should be at 5.5 for a year. And I was talking with one of my clients. I said, we do the 1-year buy down. We don't have to refi unless that thing goes to 4.5 within the next 12 months. Once it gets there, then we can refi. But no, we're not going to, and it drives me crazy. I've told you this so many times. It drives me crazy when mortgage people have people do a refi for 0.5%. Unless they're in economic trouble and they need the cash out of their home.
Or they just want to burn money.
Or they just, But if somebody says, 0.5 point, we can do a 0.5 point, they're going to turn them again. It's just the burn and churn. It just drives me crazy that we as an industry cannot say, this is not good for you.
Yeah.
A lot of us do say that.
Yeah.
I'll give us that credit.
Right.
This is not good for you. But some, some don't.
Then you got those slick ricks out there that are just like, want to get a rollie.
Yeah. Whatever happens. So I think we're in a state of turmoil right now, but I encourage people to keep looking. I encourage people to get in front of a mortgage person and let's get a plan together.
Come on.
Don't get out there and I want my people to have a plan before they meet the real estate agent.
Yeah.
Because I want them to know what their dollars are. Right?
Yeah.
And if the real estate agent knows that, she can negotiate a better deal.
Right.
Right? Because she already knows that, okay, Jimmy's got him on the mortgage side, this is what we can do.
Well, and right now, dude, like buyers are getting insane concessions right now. It's definitely in the buyer's favor right now to get into the game. And I've have a bunch of friends that are agents, right? And whenever they get that price that say I came to you and I said, hey, Jimmy, how much can I get approved for? Here's my W-2. Here's this. Here's that.
$7.
Yeah. And so, well, I'm gonna get an agent that's gonna be able to negotiate in the sense of, okay, say my dollar amount was $450, right? That's what I could afford to buy a home. He's gonna be actually looking at $500,
right?
Because there's the potential to really negotiate things down And obviously we don't want to be house poor. We don't want to buy at the top of our budget and all of that stuff. But things are happening right now where people put a house on the market at such a price and it sits there for 3.5 months. And the seller's like, hey, I got to move this thing.
So let's give that example.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's say that their house payment is $2,500 a month. In 3 months, they lost $7,500.
Mm-hmm. That ain't nothing, Jimmy.
No,
that's some money.
Change.
Yeah,
no, I know that's what you keep in your wallet, but for the rest of us that live off quarters and dimes,
not me, bro, not me.
But see, that's the thing, and I think real estate agents that represent sellers, they give them that information. Like, you know what? It's not like we're having 20 people walk through the door.
Right.
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 I lost this one because my clients went under contract, did an inspection. There was roof problems, there was plumbing problems, and there was another problem. And the seller would not even negotiate. And these people were freaking golden, you know? And I'm thinking, man, sorry to interrupt you. I'm Jimmy Oliver with Indigo Mortgage. I'm a mortgage professional, and I know that in my podcast, we talk about different things, but my job is being a mortgage broker. If you are a first-time home buyer, please click below and get my free PDF about buying your first home, because there's a lot to it. And call me with any questions that you may have, and let's book an appointment. Back to the podcast. You should always listen to an offer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Well, and it isn't that the agent's responsibility to present every offer, right? So like one of the things, even if you get a low ball from a New Western Acquisitions or, you know, some wholesaler or something like that, the offer still needs to get presented.
Right.
But also what that does is it opens that seller's eyes.
It does.
To realize, oh crap, like I might be a little high. And to the agent, they don't even have to say anything. And so agents out there, if you've got a seller that's priced super high and you knew it and you took it anyways because you wanted the listing, like entertain some of those lowball offers so that you can show them, hey, look, this is what we're getting. We actually need to be in this market right now based on the market.
And I think most agents do that up front. I know my
they should.
My agent, Kimberly Hunsteiger, that's the first thing she did with both my houses. Mm-hmm. She goes, I know what you think it's worth, but here's what the market says. And dude, she nailed it both times. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was just crazy. But we also have to consider is when the last time the seller sold a home. Mm-hmm. It's been 20 or 30 years.
They don't have their reps in, Jimmy. They're going to the gym for the first time and they're walking out like something got stuck up their butt. You know?
They're all hunched over.
Yeah.
But it could be that when they bought a home or when they bought that home, maybe that was it. You kind of fixed your own stuff and you took the home as is and moved on.
Yeah.
Well, that's changed.
Yeah, I mean, that was the 2020, 2021 days where you could put a cardboard box up and it would sell for $50,000.
Oh, exactly.
So
with not even a roof on the box.
Exactly.
But so I think we're just going to be an influx for a while, but I don't want potential buyers to be scared. Mm-hmm. What do we always say? Knowledge is king, right? And you may not like my answers,
right?
But I'm going to give it to you straight, right? Because that's my job.
Yeah.
Right? My job is not to sugarcoat anything,
right?
Because as you know, being in this business, anything can happen during the process.
Yep.
Right.
You better believe it. I mean, just because you first get told something, the market shifts, and then you're under contract and you're going to close, and they run everything one more time, and all of a sudden, you ain't closing.
Oh,
so
I got a story for you.
Let's hear it.
One of our New Mexico clients, they go to the closing table, right? The day on the closing table, they rerun everything. Mm-hmm. A tax lien pops up on that property.
Oh,
we had the buyers.
Oh,
so this is what we're saying is that anything can happen. And I've whenever you talk to some clients, you know they're on ChatGPT.
Oh, for sure.
Because just words, right? Or theories. And we talked about this with the news, right? You got to have different sources, right? Because you could have two different answers from two different mortgage people or two different real estate agents, right? And so when I look at that, I'm thinking, okay, they're hitting that. I need to explain stuff to them because maybe they're just looking at the negative stuff of what could happen, right? So when we come to, and not just first-time home buyers, but people that haven't been in the market for a while,
Yeah.
it's like we have to go, okay, here's our steps, right? Here's what all these words mean. And you're not going to retain all of this. I don't expect you. That's my job. But when you go in with limited knowledge or you go in with a limited belief of what you think it is, and you stick to that and you don't listen to either your real estate agent or your banker or your mortgage broker, and they're giving you a different opinion, keep your mind open, right? If they're saying something, what's the thing? Prove it. You know, so I've kind of learned that with another client, and because I think under the pressure right now of buying, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard for the buyers, it's hard for the sellers. But it's our job to lead them and to make sure they're taken care of.
Yeah, bring the education. I think that's the biggest thing. And I think fear holds people back, right?
Does.
Like it holds us back in just decisions that we want to make in life, right? If we're scared about a certain circumstance or situation playing out, we won't do it, right?
Right.
We won't buy the car. We won't go on the trip. We won't.
Might,
Yeah.
but we're gonna be so freaking scared,
Right.
right?
But I think a lot of the stuff that buyers are facing right now are just basic rudimentary things of like they don't want to know where they are at financially. You know, they don't want to see it all laid out before them and know that they can only afford $275 when they're looking at $600,000 houses. You know, like I think that's truly where it all falls. And that's why a lot of buyers are sitting, waiting because, I mean, majority of buyers have heard date the rate at this point.
Right.
Buy the house, you know, marry the house, date the rate. Right. And I think a lot of people are just scared to do the basics first.
Right.
Because it's going to reveal things.
Because they may not know either.
But that's the thing is I think that once those things are revealed, then you can work on those things.
See, there's no judgment here.
But if you don't know,
Exactly.
you can never work on it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What's more devastating? Thinking you go and you can do a $400,000 purchase on a home, right? But you only qualify for $250.
Right.
Instead of knowing that, okay, I qualify for $250, I found a $250. Remember, if it's your first home, it's a starter home.
You could be in there like 2 years.
Yeah.
You know, and then flip it.
Yeah, the
You know?
average in staying in a home is 5 to 7 years now, right? So it's like, you know what? It may not have the prettiest wall color, but we got paint.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
If you get into a home, your credit score is going to go up because you make your monthly payments.
And you can afford more.
You can afford more, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Rate will be lower.
Yeah. I think these are good topics of conversation because there's a lot of people that are just worried to take the first step. And I think the first step is reaching out.
Yeah.
You know, reaching out to you and saying, hey, what can I qualify for, Jimmy?
Exactly.
What program does fit where I'm at, you know, financially and you know, building a new family or whatever it may be, right? Like what's going to work best for my situation, and you're going to be able to guide them in that, but they got to reach out.
The thing too is that patience. You may want to.
What's that? I don't know what that is, Jimmy.
I don't know. What time is it? I gotta go. It's the thing that that it's like anything, right? New car fever, right? You go and you just go, and then hopefully you get the payment you need when you're in front of the guy that does the box. Here's what we make. Here's what you trade in. You know, all that crap.
Slick Rick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then if we get in and we get a program going, and I tell you, oh yeah, we can go now. Let's go. Or it may be 3 months. But don't get discouraged because we have stuff we got to do. And over those 3 months, we're going to have goals for you. I'm going to have goals for you. I'm going to check in with you and see how you're doing. So we get to that point. So when you go into that purchase, you don't have the fear of, oh my God, can I qualify? Right? Because that is one of the scariest things for people who may be on the edge.
Right.
As it, and so we take all that away.
It's like you don't go to a 5-star steakhouse and say, I'll take the porter, take a bite and be like, oh snap, I don't have $250 to pay for this.
Right.
Like,
or you know what you do? You go dress up nice, have your big dinner, and say, okay, I only have $7.
What's this gonna get me?
So I told
Come out with a piece of fat on a plate. Here you go. This is leftover from the last table that was here.
I used to, when I go out to dinner, and she goes, here's your check, sir. And my ex-wife was with me at that time, get my wallet and I put it in there and she take it back. She come back, she goes, sir, we don't take this card. I go, you don't take Costco?
That's it. That's it right there.
I'm not talking about the Costco credit card.
Right, the membership card.
The membership card.
Yeah, it's so good. So
You know what I
good.
want to talk about too?
Yeah,
Is let's talk about
Fear.
fear.
yeah.
Okay. And the reason, side another topic I want to talk about. But when you mention fear, I think that radiates everything that's going on right now. We're fearful, right? Because everything is out of our control. And I think the way the economy is going too, like I read an article, and I know somebody would say, Jimmy, I want your source. But, but they said that companies are spending so much money on AI, right? And they're losing money because they're buying so much AI. But what they're doing is they're getting rid of other jobs, of people. So, and it's not your mid-management jobs, it's those entry-level jobs, right? Because AI, and it will move up later because AI will learn. But when you're seeing that big corporations will take that hit, so in the long run, they don't have to worry about benefits, raises. That's a one-time cost for AI. An employee is a yearly cost, right? And I think people are nervous about that because people, you hear both sides of the fence, right? AI can't replace the person. AI can't do this. Yeah, they can. And I don't mean to be a downer, a Debbie Downer, but I think that's some of the fear too with what people going. There's so much fear, and there's fear of losing what little you have. And so the question is, how do we control our fear?
Well,
When everything's outside our control.
yeah. Well, and too, like some of the information that's out there, like with AI and stuff like that. What's just as bad as not being able to go to the doctor? A misdiagnosis.
Right.
And so there's a bunch of like bad info out there around AI, and there's some of what you're saying is true. I think for the majority of Americans, I think it's more along the lines of it's the people that are going to work with AI and learn how to work with AI,
How to adapt to it.
that are going to succeed, and they're going to be the ones that take your job.
Right.
Not AI itself taking. So like everybody out there, do yourself a favor, take 10, 15 minutes a week and just start learning, because
Right.
this thing ain't going anywhere.
No, it's only going to grow.
It's only getting implemented more and more and more as we go along. And so I think more importantly, it's figuring out how to do some of this stuff with AI to free up some of the mundane tasks that we do day in, day out,
Right.
so that we gain that time back so we can actually apply it to where we need to, and that's the dollar makers, right?
And if you think about it too, is we're actually seeing 20s and 30-year-olds have less kids, which means that the working population is shrinking.
Yeah.
So businesses have to have something,
Yeah.
right? But you're right. It's like remember they first started building computers? That's how old I am, right?
Yeah.
The computer's going to take away everything from you, right?
Yeah.
But you know who makes the computers and who does AI is humans, right? They will never do that. And we are like, and in a way, AI is going to be a saving grace for us in the long run. Because now you're actually looking at skilled workers versus what we call unskilled, right? Blue collar mechanics, air conditioner guys.
Which we've talked about this
They're gonna
before.
be killing it.
They're going through the roof right
Right.
now. $300,000 a year being an electrician, entry level.
And that's a balance,
like,
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because people complain that, oh my God, I can't believe how much my plumber costs. Well, because those guys are booked. It's not like I'll be there by tomorrow.
They're quoting you just as the cherry on top.
Right.
Like straight up, because they're in over their head and they can't hire enough people
No,
because
they can't.
people don't want to go learn. People don't want to go and learn a trade.
I think what it is, and I might step on toes here, but I don't think the trades are really sold to students like college is, right?
No, not
They're
a
not-
chance.
not a chance.
Not a chance. I mean, there's trade schools out there, and yeah, they might show up with a tent, but they're not getting a full stage,
No.
and giving a presentation on how to fit a pipe. They're not doing that stuff like some of these other companies are. Hey, come work for us, and you'll be helping us, build aircraft,
Right.
that we send to Mars,
Yeah,
or whatever.
exactly.
Like, of course, that's going to intrigue me more than how to get your electrical to work.
Well, but the crazy thing too is that these people have skills that will always be in demand. That will always be in demand.
Yeah.
And so I think we did the big push of college, like in the 70s and 80s, right? And we let the trade schools kind of go away. And I saw this in my old high school. When I was there, they had an auto thing, they had a carpentry thing, right? Then they got rid of it. Now they came back and it's full bore again.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw them where they were building walls and running wires, and I'm thinking, hell yeah, because not everybody wants to go to college. I'm sorry.
Well, and how does AI get powered? Electrical. Who's running that stuff? Exactly. So like figuring out, and I think all of it is just a mindset shift.
Right.
All of it truly is like, yes, fear is paralyzing to a point. It might have you in a chokehold for about a week, but what it takes is just to look at things from a different lens. What it takes is looking at, even just stepping back, right? Like, I love the analogy. I give it all the time. I love fly fishing, Jimmy. I love like getting out on the water and catching big old browns and rainbows. That's,
Right.
And being in between two sets of mountains with no cell phone reception.
Oh, that's cool.
All day, right? But before I even get in the water, I read the water.
Right.
Where are the fish at? So I look for the bubble lines, right? Because those are the oxygen lines. That's where the fish like to hang out and sit in the current and just drift there and get all the oxygen.
Chilling.
Right. And so you fish in those lines, right? Or you look for the holes or whatever. If I just go put my waders on, my boots, and I just start splashing in the water, going wherever, trying to catch a fish, you think I might catch anything?
You see me fish before?
Well, I
Do you ever falling down?
didn't mean to throw it out there like that, Jimmy, but
But fear, I want to challenge people on fear too. Because if you listen to something over and over and over again and it's nothing but fear, that's going to be in your brain. It's almost like, okay, let me snap out of this and let me read something else. let me get a counterpoint. But, and it's hard, and we've talked about this, it's hard to find legit information, right? That's not cited one way or the other. But I think if you dig more and you do it, then your fear is going to subside, and then you can make a decision. Remember the old saying, what you fear that's going to happen, 99% of the time it's not going to happen. But yet you're still stuck in that fear. And I was that way after my incident, right? I didn't trust anybody. I feared everything. I thought, oh my God, I'm going to lose everything the next day. You know? And so fear can trap us, and fear can really not only trap us, but drive us in a direction that maybe we don't need to go. They say, well, fear can stop you. Right, it can. But can also lead you down the wrong road.
Yeah, one of my favorite quotes is by an artist. His name's NF. He's a rapper, and he
I know
says,
NF. We go way back.
yeah, he says the mind is a powerful thing, and what you feed it can affect it in a powerful way. And so, like, in that, what we're intaking, what we're listening to, you know, he also says, you know, if you wake up in the morning and you look in the mirror and tell yourself that you'll never be great, you'll never be great.
Right.
Right? And so, like, in that same way, yeah, it starts with self, but also what are we indulging? What are we bringing in? Are we listening to the same old newscaster that is the same Debbie Downer every time?
Right.
Or are we actually looking for solutions and hope and light? Or are we just going to continue to sit in darkness?
Why are we listening to the news anyway? I mean, seriously.
Yeah, for real.
And you know what? I do watch ABC News. I do. I'll be the first, you know, but I took a break for about 2 months, and it was nice, right?
Yeah.
I kind of did my own thing online and looked at stuff, but the fear part of it, and I think there's a lot of young people that have a lot of fear right now, and I don't blame them. You know, I apologize to my kids every time we screwed things up for you guys. I'm sorry. And they don't know what it was like before all the technology, right? Because when we were kids, we didn't have that much fear because we were outside playing.
Right. You go home when the lights come on.
Right.
That's your known indicator. There was no alarms. There was no hey Siri, hey Alexa, hey Google. Sorry for all your devices that are going off right now.
Yeah. God, we're going to get a lot of hate after this. But not that there's not a room for it. But I think because you talk about this all the time. We talk about this by social media, algorithms, right? Like, I am so sick of going somewhere like Facebook or whatever, and I get the same crap. I gotta actually go in there and type in something different. But I have to do that a lot of times for the algorithm to change, and it may never change, right? So you're keeping fed the same stuff. Thank God they keep feeding me Comedy Central.
Well, and now they're doing reset buttons, basically. You know, within settings, you can reset your entire algorithm, and it will feed you just basic stuff. And as you search along, it'll start to recreate your algorithm and what you view.
You've waited this long to tell me that?
Hey, it just started happening. It's because people like you saying, "Hey, what the heck? Why do I keep seeing the same crap?
Yeah, I just
and
want
why
to
do I
explain
have to search to change it?"
Right.
You know? And so now there's a reset. You can
Who's doing
reset
it?
your algorithm, Instagram, Facebook.
They're all doing it. Huh?
Yeah, because people are fed up with the same stuff. And dude, the other thing, through the roof, like, you can opt out of AI content. How many people and how many videos have you seen where they're like, hey, you know, we can use AI and grow your business and do this. And,
Oh, dude.
And it's like plagued the entire media world, right?
Right.
And so what's crazy is now you're going to be able to go in and opt out of AI.
God, that's awesome.
And so then people are going to see the real thing, and then that's when because right now AI is way up here, and just normal dude making content is down here.
Right.
But soon that's going to balance out, because you're going to be able to go in and opt out of AI, and people truly want real. bro. And the crazy thing about it all is like, it's sad that you go on social media and you have to ask yourself, is this real?
Oh, dude. So this is a great point, right? Is that I think people, it may not be 50-50.
Right.
Real may be higher.
Right.
Right?
I hope so.
You know, and,
Yeah.
and when that happens, because you're right, like I am so tired of clicking on Facebook. It's all mortgage stuff, right? You know, I do that during the day. I just want to get sports and learn about my beautiful team every day.
Sorry.
Those boomer Sooners. But I think I know you and I always go all over the place with our topics. But I was thinking about fear because I met this person who is so optimistic. There's a problem, no problem. There's solutions, right? Don't fear this because it may not happen, right? But if people that grow up in a fearful environment, that's hard for them to flip that switch, right? And so when you get around positive people, at first you call them like freaking, you're crazy.
Yeah.
You know, but when you start hanging around that positivity, right? Because nothing gets done when you're negative.
Right.
It always is when you're positive. So when people say you need to hang out with people that are positive, and you're going, why? I'm negative. You know? And I've been thinking about fear a lot because of what's going on in the business world, what's going on in my business, my industry, right? And we talked about this a bit earlier. There's going to be some changes that are going to happen, right?
Yeah.
Both on the real estate side and on the mortgage side, and it's going to affect people.
Yeah. Well, and I think a lot of what has happened too is like people have gotten to experience what it's like to live out their dream. And because of shifting and changing, they're having to now almost let go of that dream and have to dream again.
Or dream a different way.
Exactly. And so like even with what I'm going through right now, I'm going back to a W-2, right? Working for the man, like what you were talking about earlier, but it couldn't have come at a better time.
Right.
And I'm having to learn how to get back onto, living and working a W-2 while at the same time kind of mourning
what you had,
what I created.
Yeah.
Right. And so it's really a forced growth.
But
That's how I'm choosing to view it. Now I know not everybody would view it that way. Most people would, be depressed and want to cover their head with the covers and never get up in the morning. But for me, I see it as a forced growth opportunity to, okay, let's crawl up, level out, learn, grow. And then this isn't forever,
And the thing too is that you thought about it I just know for about a week. But I know there's fear in there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because just got married. I'm still wondering why she said yes, but that's for another topic.
Come on, cut me some slack, Jimmy. Come on.
And now you're gonna have a little one coming.
Yeah, that's right.
Right?
That's right.
That's a lot of fear. Because you got two little ones, too young, not little, but
Yeah.
what, 6 and 8?
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
I got it right.
You got it right. Hey, Jimmy.
But if you were looked at that side only, you would have said, I'm not doing that because I know what I have here.
Right.
Right. If I just work harder.
Right. Yeah.
But when you kind of looked at apples to apples, it was kind of like, okay, here's the positives, here's the negatives, right? Yeah, do I lose my independence? Yes, I do. But can I even expand more of what I'm doing for more people?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And let's be honest, it's nice not having that risk
Right.
of being an entrepreneur.
Well, yeah, especially because, you talk about fear, right? A lot of people are fearful.
Yep.
And so even though I tell people, hey, I can help you this way, that way, they're fearful on whether or not they want to even make that switch. And so, it's all shots on target as an entrepreneur, as a mortgage broker, as anything, right? In sales and customer service, it's all shots on target.
Correct.
The amount of shots are having to increase just to get the yes. So when I started working sales, one of my first sales jobs was at the Buckle, selling jeans and shirts and all of this. And they always trained us on the credit card, right? Because if you got them on the credit card, they're coming back in, right? And so they would tell us all the time, the more no's you get, the closer you get to the yes.
Right.
Right? And I'm finding in the entrepreneurship world, it is taking a lot more no's than it did even 6 months ago.
Well, look how things have changed.
Exactly. And so with that, like, again, mindset shift, right? To your point earlier, yeah, if I only viewed it from the lens of, well, I can't let go of this. Like, I just need to work harder, hustle culture, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, Uriah, put your back up against the wall and then push off, like figure out a way to make it happen, right?
Right.
Which I'm good at that. But at the end of the day, is that the right answer? And so then you start to figure and look at other options. And I think that's the thing, is like, we need to broaden the horizon a little bit. We need to like get out of the blinders and think that it's only this way and realize, oh, there's more stuff out there.
Yeah.
You know?
And the hardest thing I have is being 64. Because they tell you, society tells you, you should be retired, right? There's not a whole lot of stuff you can do, right? Oh, go be a greeter at Walmart. Man, I hear that crap, and it's like, why the hell do I want to do that? If they want to do it, great. I go, that's not my gig. So I'm in that mind trap of, what can I do, right?
Well, and then the question of, oh, is it too late?
Hell yeah.
Is it too late? I mean, I feel like that's the biggest thing with, anybody over 50. It's down to 50.
Yeah.
Right? Like, anybody in that age range, people are like, well, I don't got the time to build it. I don't got the time to do it all. Well, there's AI. AI can help you build whatever you need to build.
Right.
Right? Like you wanna uptick your marketing? AI. You wanna uptick a business plan for a new venture that you want to start? AI. Like, it will create your entire brand. We do it all the time, right? Like, we redesign and do all this stuff. That's all AI. And so, like, with that, like, it's never too late.
It's just different.
It's just different. Different perspective.
So I was talking to a person. I told about my situation, right? And we talked about how everything changes, right? How your dreams change, how your life changes. And the person goes, well, man, I'm 50, and what am I going to do? I said, dude, try losing most of your stuff at 61. And I said, you have 13 years on me. I go, you can still go change the damn world, but my path is going to be different because of my age, right? So whenever we talk about fear and all this other stuff, it just goes right to the heart of me, right? But, thank God he didn't listen to me a lot when I was really in bad shape. He kind of ignored me and said, okay, pity party, Jimmy, just stay over there. You're not going to do anything stupid. Just stay right there. And then I'm going to give you a little sunshine. And you're going to get better. But it's going to be hard. And then he just walks you through it.
Yeah.
But I understand. I one of the bonuses of what happened to me is I have so much more empathy. Just for anybody that
God knows we need it.
that does it, that they work two jobs, to keep food on the family table. How many people look back and say, man, I am so proud of that person or that family, right?
Yeah.
And I feel for them. It's not sympathy,
Right.
right? It's just empathy. And there's a big difference. And so that was one of the blessings that came down from all of this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. No, that's powerful is the recognizing of what you gain when you go through the hard stuff, right?
and it sucks, Uriah. I'll be
Yeah,
honest with
no.
you. I still get in those dark places,
Oh yeah.
you know?
Oh yeah. I mean, fear is real, right? Like it's not fake. Now, what fear actually is, you've heard me say it 100 times, but false evidence appearing real. It's
Right.
it's a projection. It's almost like a hologram. It's not even real.
Right.
But for a split second, we think it is. And once we're able to break through fear and realize, well, that's not how it has to be. And that's not like, at the end of the day, that's not solid. That's not concrete. Like, I still have clay that I can mold and work to change the game. Like, then we start to get creative. Then that's when our blinders come off. We can start to see the horizon more. But we have to start. We have to, allow ourselves and put ourselves in the places to be able to think like that.
You almost have to step out of your own box.
For sure.
Because really fear lives in the future.
Yeah.
Now, it does live in the present when you go to buy groceries, you have no money. But mainly it's in the future.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of us spend so much time in our future and our past. Excuse me. I think really optimistic people live 95% in the present because that's what they can control.
Right.
And they have the understanding that I can't control the future. The future can't control me.
All we got is now.
All we got is now. Past is done.
And the future is kind of dictated by what we're doing now.
Right.
What we do today will be our tomorrow. And so if we just dwell on the negative and just kick ourselves down over and over again, that's all it's going to be. But if we choose to step out and grow, growth mindset, huge.
And when you spend so much, like you said, you spend so much time in the future, you're not getting shit done in the present, which dictates what happens in the future. So it's almost like a double whammy.
Yeah, it's a distraction to what really needs to be focused on right
Fear and, God, I had it in my brain, shame are some of the two most negative emotions we could have.
And crippling.
Crippling.
It gets you to a place of you start to question, I'm sorry, we're going to go here. You start to question worth and value.
Yes.
Whenever you live in those places of fear and shame because of maybe something that's happened or maybe a circumstance or situation that didn't go the way we wanted it to go.
Or
right?
you're just like, oh my God, what do I do next?
Yeah. Yeah. All of those things, all of those places, it's just like pools of fear and shame.
Oh, they're all around us.
And so, but there's also pools of positivity and hope.
Right.
If we choose to access those pools.
But see, when you're in the negative or the shame,
Yeah.
those are the pools you see.
Right.
Excuse me. Hope could be the shining pond right in the middle, and you're so focused on all that other stuff that you don't see it. Again, it's a mind shift. It's a vision shift. It's one of those things, and it's hard. When you're in the middle of it, it's hard.
Yeah.
And I just, I'm hoping that when we talk about fear like we did today, that it's okay to say that I have fear. It's okay that I have shame. But you know what? How do I get out of the fear? Right? What can I do? Can I go talk to somebody? Because it's your mental health we're talking about. Can I just talk to my best friend? Because good friends will not bullshit you. They will tell you, you screwed up, but here's what we're going to do to fix it.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. That's so good, Jimmy. Dude, we did. We went everywhere. We talked about just about everything.
Thank God we don't have to follow a map.
No, it's been good.
Thanks,
man.
brother.
Yeah, you have a good one.
Congrats again.
Thank you.